Hey everybody, buckle up because today we're talking tariffs. And not just any tariffs. The ones President Trump decided to slap on goods coming from Mexico, Canada, and China.
Yeah, big news.
Huge. We're talking 25% for our neighbors to the north and south, and a cool 10% on stuff from China. You know what that means, right? That Super Bowl guacamole? Yeah, that's looking a little bit more expensive if those avocados from Mexico get hit with that tax.
That's actually a good point. When people hear tariffs, they kind of automatically assume it's the other country paying, right? But it's not always so straightforward.
Yeah, not always so simple. So are you saying it's actually us Americans who end up footing the bill, paying more?
Often, yeah. Like the tax itself, that is collected at the border, sure. But those businesses importing those goods, well, they're not just going to eat that cost.
Right.
They often raise their prices to make up for it. Think about it. You're a company bringing in, I don't know, flat screen TVs from Mexico.
Okay.
Suddenly, bam, there's extra 25% tacked on. What are you going to do? You're going to raise the price of that TV you're selling. Keep your profits.
Makes sense.
And guess who pays that extra cost?
The American shopper. So, all right, TVs could be getting pricier. What else? What are some other things that could see a price hike?
Well, the report I was looking at mentioned auto parts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, think about it. So much of the car industry, right, relies on parts moving back and forth between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. If those parts get hit with tariffs, we could see a domino effect, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Higher prices for new cars, more expensive repairs, it all adds up.
It really does. I imagine businesses aren't just sitting on their hands while all this is going on. They've got to be figuring out how to deal with these tariffs, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're definitely reacting. We're already seeing companies making moves. At General Motors, for instance, they've even hinted that they might move some of their production out of Mexico and Canada.
Wow, really?
Yeah. If these tariffs become, like a permanent thing.
Wow, shifting entire production lines. That's wild. And it really shows the impact this could have. Remember a while back, December, I think it was?
Yeah.
When everybody was talking about that surge in imports.
Oh, yeah. That was probably companies stocking up, right?
Yeah.
Like stocking up on goods before the tariffs went into effect. They knew prices were going to go up, so they were trying to get ahead of the curve,
That's smart.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing how these decisions play out on a global scale, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like everyone was trying to game the system, even shoppers.
Oh, really?
The report even mentioned that spending on big-ticket items, things like cars and TVs, it actually spiked in December.
Wow.
Seems like people were trying to beat those price hikes.
Well, that's interesting, right? Because that kind of brings up the whole effectiveness of tariffs. If businesses and consumers are changing their buying habits like that, does it really even do what it's supposed to do?
That's a really good point. But let's not forget about the elephant in the room here, retaliation. If we're putting tariffs on our trading partners, they're not just going to take it lying down, are they?
No, you're absolutely right. And we're already seeing signs of potential problems.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the liquor industry. American bourbon and whiskey producers, they're getting nervous. They're worried about retaliatory tariffs from, well, Canada and Mexico, of course.
So not only could your margarita get more expensive, but your Canadian whiskey might take a hit too.
Exactly.
Who knew a trade war could hit happy hour so hard?
Yeah.
But seriously, it shows you how interconnected the global economy really is, right?
It does.
These tariffs don't exist in a vacuum.
No, they don't.
There are ripple effects everywhere that can impact industries and consumers, and not always in ways you'd expect.
Yeah.
It's like this giant web, and you pull on one little string and the whole thing shakes.
You got it.
And I think one of the biggest issues with these tariffs is the uncertainty they create. Like, businesses need predictability to thrive. When you throw tariffs into the mix, it becomes really difficult for them to plan, right?
Absolutely.
Like, how can you invest in your business? How can you expand? Even how can you just set prices when you have no idea what the trade landscape is going to look like in a few months?
I mean, yeah, it's incredibly difficult.
So it's not just about who pays a couple extra bucks at the register.
No.
It's about these long-term consequences.
Yeah.
For businesses.
Yeah.
For the economy as a whole.
Yeah.
Even for international relations.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
So there you have it, folks. Tariffs. A complex issue with the potential to impact every single one of us, from your weekly grocery bill to the price of your next car. It's really a wake-up call to pay attention to where the things we buy come from and how global trade policies can actually hit close to home. And hey, if you're interested in learning how to build business credit, FixLipCredit.com is the absolute best credit mastery program out there.
It's the best resource.
It is the best.
Yeah.
They're going to teach you everything you need to know
Absolutely.
to master your credit and grow your business.